Good evening and welcome.
Yep, good evening. My name is John Blakey. I'm with Awake Illinois tonight, and I would appreciate 5 minutes, please. Firstly, I want to thank Dr. Leeks, who reached out to me and offered to meet me to discuss my concerns over the district's equity plan. I look forward to the discussion on Friday. As we approach the new school year, I wanted to highlight a heightened sense of concern that critical race theory will be pushed into our schools. While the district denies that CRT will be taught, make no mistake about it, the government and the state want to teach our kids this divisive ideology. Here's why you should be concerned. First thing, straight from the White House website, it states, Biden is putting equity at the center of the agenda, including embedding racial justice in education. What does that even mean? Last week, 49 Democrats opposed a Senate bill to block federal funding for CRT. In other words, the Democrats want to fund CRT in our schools. Why? Other members of the administration are obsessed with race. The Transport Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, said recently, racism is physically built into our highways. You heard it right. Pete thinks that roads are racist. A group of 162 principals in Minnesota schools just signed the Good Trouble Principles, which pushes their goals of decentering whiteness and dismantling the practices that reinforce white academic superiority. Is anybody going to move to Minnesota? In Illinois, a few months ago, ISB created a culturally responsive teaching policy for educators, which, amongst other things, will cover systems of oppression and unearned privilege in education. On Friday, J.B. Pritzker signed a bill that prohibits discrimination against hairstyles in Illinois schools. While record numbers of people continue to be shot and killed in Chicago, including innocent children, a 7-year-old girl was killed yesterday in Chicago, and brave police officers, rest in peace, Ella French. At least we know the governor is focusing on really important issues. He was in a school on Friday without a mask. He issues a mask mandate. This gentleman gets taken out tonight by a police officer, and the guy who issued the mask mandate is sitting in a school on Friday without one. You guys should all look this up and challenge him on that. Okay, lastly, Joint Chief of Staff General Milley testified recently and strongly defended his position that his soldiers should understand CRT, and specifically white rage. I'd like to understand how that aligns with the Army's core mission of protecting its citizens. You see, the point is this. Every single minute we spend on teaching kids CRT, how to be anti-racist, microaggressions, implicit bias, is a minute wasted on the true objective of education. Our kids are the least racist generation this country has ever seen. They simply don't need it. They need to learn reading, math, writing, science, how to think, not what to think by a teacher who has a political bias. So now what? It's time to speak out before this fully trickles down into District 203. As the quote goes, the only thing necessary for triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. My plea tonight is to the men out there. The game is underway and there's space on the field. Get in the game. There's a game going on, men. You need to be in it. Well, it's been amazing to see the many brave women, including those here tonight, as well as others nationwide, speak out against mask mandates, CRT, and inappropriate sex education. It's time for the men to get in the game. We need brave men. We need men to be vulnerable. We need them to speak out to protect their children and their grandchildren. Make no mistake, this is a battle for the soul of the nation, and the time is now. Don't be a spectator. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game. God bless you.
On behalf of the whole board, thank you for your comments. The next speaker will be David Wade.